Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope you guys are having a good one. So RTruth has returned to the WWE after a week of hooting and hollering and asking for the truth. Now this thing, I did a video when his contract wasn't going to be renewed last week. I think a lot of WWE fans did. Um, and a lot of people were upset. I was kind of thinking of it as a bittersweet thing because I hated to see him go. I think RTruth is a national treasure. He's just every story you hear about RTruth, it's funny and it seems like nobody has a problem with him. And I felt like the WWE could have utilized him in another regard instead of wrestling. And there's other instances as well, like with TKO more specifically, talking about how they're in debt and they're getting rid of a lot of these wrestlers to kind of cut back on cost and stuff. And I don't know how accurate that is. So I'm gonna try to look into it. I don't know if I'll make a video on it or not. If I do, well, I do, and you can watch it there. But that's kind of what I've been hearing, and I heard some people say it's millions, some people saying it's billions. I don't know, but with the release of RTruth last week, a lot of people took it hard, including wrestlers, past and present, and fans. I mean, fans were chanting his name every match. So the weird thing about this is a lot people were debating on if it was a work or a shoot or not, right? And it seems like in this article, we are going to figure that out. I personally think that they did not want to renew his contract, and with the backlash that they got, well, they changed their minds pretty quickly. But that's just me. But let's go ahead and get into this article. This is from The Takedown on Sports Illustrated, I believe. This was written by Rick Ucchino. If I get the name wrong, I apologize. Triple H gives 5-word response on RTruth's return at WWE Money in the Bank. Paul Triple H Levesque insinuates RTruth release was part of the plan all along. So this is what I really like about wrestling. It blurs the line of what's real and what's not real. You know, you don't know if maybe these two guys really do not like each other or not. You know, is what they're saying really true? I really like the feud with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, and CM Punk, Seth Rollins now, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, and this kind of blurring the lines is back. Where I feel like with Vince McMahon, especially from like 2000, like, oh gosh, 14-ish, I think, maybe a little earlier, and about 2021, 22, it kind of felt like those feuds just kind of felt fabricated. You know, it didn't really feel real or genuine. Most of them, I didn't watch the WWE too much. It was just like if it was on, I watched it, but I watch it a lot more now than I did then, for sure. And I really like what I'm seeing now compared to what I saw when I was younger. I think I stopped watching the WWE when I was like, I think it was like probably 2014 or something like that. But it kind of felt like during that time, a lot of the feuds they just felt fake. Where now it's just like, wow, they really like they're gonna kill each other in that ring, you know. But WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque will have the internet running wild all over again with the comments he made during the Money in the Bank post-show press conference. RTruth, real name Ron Killings, informed the WWE Universe that this past Sunday afternoon he would soon be departing from the WWE. Shockwaves were sent across the pro wrestling landscape, with current and former WWE superstars all publicly expressing their heartbreak over the news. Like I said, RTruth was a very beloved person. No one had a bad word to say about him. It seemed. You see a lot of people just enjoying what RTruth has to bring to the table. And sometimes for me, his comedy can be a little, and I like to see things be a little bit more real. And when he comes in with a comedy routine, it's just kind of like, okay. One of my favorite things that he did, one of the funniest things that I think he did was when Big Show was in the ring and he like faces RTruth, face off with RTruth, and RTruth's like, wait, and he pops himself in the face and falls to the mat. That was really funny. But multiple outlets would soon confirm the authenticity of Truth's social media post. It was not a work. The company informed the 53-year-old that his contract was not going to be renewed after a 17-year run with the WWE. Yeah, I really wonder how much money he's making being with the WWE for so long, so that's another thing. Like I said earlier, people were saying Tico's in debt. I don't know if that's true. I'm not sure, but it would make sense, like releasing these stars with these high contracts and stuff like that, or high paying contracts, and he would have been one of them, you'd think. But after several days of fan outrage, both online and live in person at WWE events, Truth made his stunning return at Money in the Bank by helping Cody Rhodes defeat John Cena in the main event tag team match. When asked during the post-show press conference about whether Truth was really let go from the company, Triple H just said it's all part of the show. All part of the show. Again, this is what I like about the WWE and just wrestling, just the lines between what's real and what's not. Because everyone that reported on this, every wrestling journalist, like they all corroborated the same thing, that this was true. Like his contract was not being renewed. But stranger things have happened. The brief statement will not make the job of pro wrestling journalists any easier as they continuously battle online skeptics. But our own John Alba has reported that Truth was in active conversations with appearance promoters earlier this week. There were also ramblings that TNA Wrestling would be interested in bringing him in for another run once his WWE contract expired. Yeah, I said in my other video about him, I don't think he would go to AEW. I think he would stick with WWE. And if he went anywhere, it would be TNA, because they have a pretty close relationship with WWE right now. So who to believe? What really happened? It appears that at least in this instance, Triple H has no problem blurring the lines. Let's see if there's anything else. There's a quote here. Earlier in the Money in the Bank post-show, Cody Rhodes gave credit to the WWE fans for bringing Truth back to the company. The truth is, you guys wanted Truth, Rhodes said, sitting in front of the crowd of fans at the post-show. It's always our job, Triple H, Nick Khan, it's always our job to give you guys what you want. So thank you for letting us know. Okay, so this quote right here from Cody Rhodes makes me think that he was released and they brought him back. That's what I think. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but it does seem that he has returned. He is using the name Ron Killings. I don't know if he's going to officially use that name, but they do have this here on the WWE shop. He could still go by RTruth or whatever. I don't know right now, because it's all just happened tonight, right? But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this, because I think, I'm pretty surprised. I thought that, he was going to be gone and, maybe come back a little bit later and with a cameo or something. But I'm glad that he's back. It just kind of seemed like all abrupt. And again, this is what I like about wrestling. It's just like it blurs those lines, right? What's real, what's not real. And, you gotta love it. And what Cody Rhodes says right there kind of to me contradicts what Triple H says, but he could be working, you never know, right? But I have nothing else to say about this. I am so glad he is back. I think that it was a mistake letting him go. I was happy that he was able to kind of relax and do his own things outside of the WWE, but at the same time, he's been involved in WWE for years, and the fact that they just let him go like that is like, there's other things you could have had him do other than wrestle. Like, he could have helped bring up talent or whatever. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you happy that he's back? Do you thinking that maybe he should have just stepped out and just called it quits? What do you think of the WWE so far? Are you happy with what the WWE is doing? Are you upset? I know there are some people who are kind of saying the honeymoon phase is over and they're getting a little tired at the WWE. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Let me know in the comments what you think about all this stuff. If you liked the video, thank you for watching. Leave a like. If you didn't like the video, again, thank you for watching. subscribe if you want to. I would really appreciate it. I just kind of talk about whatever I find interesting. And I'm going to go ahead and go. I've kept you guys long enough. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.